Hi guys, welcome to our most anticipated video, Top 10 Best RTS Games 2023. RTS games do have a lot of fans. Previously, I made a video about the best RTS games in my opinion. But that is not enough because there are so many of the best RTS games that you can play, starting from the oldest RTS and the new one. Therefore, in this video, I have prepared a list of the best RTS according to players. Here are the 10 best RTS games that you can play in 2023. Let's jump to the list. Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 is a real-time strategy video game which was released for Microsoft Windows on October 25, 2000. The main objective of the game is to defeat enemy commanders, played by AI or human opponents, by destroying their base to the point of enemy capitulation. Players must also work to defend their own base to maintain their ability to collect money and produce units, both of which are essential in achieving the main objective. Once all enemy commanders have been defeated, a winner is declared. This is the best Commander & Conquer RTS game. Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 is a real-time strategy video game developed by EA Los Angeles and published by Electronic Arts. It was released in October 28 in the United States and Europe for Microsoft Windows. Like the previous entries in the Red Alert series, the game is set in alternate reality from World War II, in which the Western Allies fight the Soviet Union. Red Alert 3 retains the core real-time strategy mechanics of the Command & Conquer series, wherein faction harvest resources using vulnerable collectors and use those resources to contract military bases and forces on site. Structures from a shallow but wide tech tree with a variety of units and elusive super weapons. Warcraft III Reforged. Warcraft III Reforged is a remastered edition of the 2002 real-time strategy video game Warcraft III Reign of Chaos and its expansion The Frozen Throne. Released on January 28, 2020, you begin with the main campaign mission, The Scourge of Lordaeron. You take control of Arthas Menethil, a noble prince of Lordaeron with the noble goal of protecting his kingdom from the Plague Strait. Before you stretches a vast battlefield filled with menacing undead forces. Carefully manage your troops, setting up defensive positions and strategizing to confront the relentless onslaught of the enemy. Beyond All Reason. Beyond All Reason is the ultimate real-time strategy game. Beyond All Reason, refreshing sci-fi game is entirely developed through open source, voluntary effort, and its rich gameplay highlights the love and care given to it by RTS enthusiasts. Beyond All Reason has more than 400 unique units that you can contract within the game's two primary factions, Armada and Cortex. Each unit and projectile operates in real-time fashion, showcasing meticulously simulated projectile ballistic, explosion physics, and terrain deformation. Hearts of Iron 4. Hearts of Iron 4 is a game about preparing for war, researching war-related technologies, developing attack plans, and keeping the war machine running until the problem is solved. This game offers a single-player version where you will fight the computer. You can use this version to practice before you really get into a war. If you think that you are ready enough, then you can go to multiplayer version where you will fight other people. 32 players who can play both competitive multiplayer or cooperative multiplayer. You can lead your country through peace, war, economic crisis, and so on. Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2 is a real-time strategy video game developed by 343 Industries and Creative Assembly. It was published by Microsoft Studios and released in February 2017 on Windows and Xbox One. The game is set in the science fiction universe of the Halo franchise in 2559. It is a sequel to Halo Wars 2009. In Halo Wars 2, players command armies from a bird's eye view of the battlefield. Like its predecessor Halo Wars, it features two playable faction humanity's military arms, the United Nations Space Command, and an alien faction, the Banished. The battlefield is initially shrouded by the fog of war, which is uncovered by moving units to clouded regions of the map. Units can be selected and commanded to engage in combat or interact with structures on the battlefield. Armament RTS. Armament RTS is a real-time strategy video game developed by Pandemic Studio and published by the 3DO company for PlayStation 2 and Microsoft Windows. Like most RTS games, you build bases, but instead of mining resources, you use trucks to siphon off plastic and electricity from objects to make men and then build an army fit to defeat the rebels. Overall, Armament RTS does a good job of creating a real-time strategy game based on classic line of plastic toys. Warno. Warno is the ultimate World War III battle simulator from the master of strategy, Eugene Systems. A Cold War turn decisively hot as you command hundreds of units on a beautiful and brutal battlefield. Outsmart, outfight, and lead your forces to total victory. Not the most important part of an RTS. The graphics are a good place to start, and they are truly fantastic. Beginning with the landscape themselves. Zoom out to the fullest extent. The bird's eye view gives a vantage point with which to plan your strategy in broad strokes. Wargame Red Dragon. Wargame Red Dragon is a real-time strategy video game developed by Eugene Systems and originally published by Focus Home Interactive. Released on April 17, 2014. You start by selecting one of the available coalitions, each representing different countries and their unique military assets. Whether you choose NATO, the Warsaw Pact, or one of the many other coalitions, your goal is to command your forces to victory on the battlefield. As the battle begins, you are presented with a strategy top-down view of the battlefield, filled with detailed landscape and diverse terrains. Steel Division 2. It is set during World War II Eastern Front and focuses on large-scale tactical battles between historical divisions. The battlefield is presented in a stunning top-down view, showcasing the vast landscape and detailed environments. Your division is deployed at the starting point and you must carefully manage your units as you plan your strategy. The game emphasizes realistic tactic warfare where you must consider the terrain, weather conditions, and time of day to make informed decisions. Utilizing cover, using flanking maneuvers, and understanding the strength of your units are essential to gaining the upper hand against the enemy. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification bell so you don't miss any updates from me. I really appreciate your support and enthusiasm. If you have any question, feedback, or requests for further content, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I hope to see you again in the next video.